Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode I'm going to be working on this Audi S5 standing behind me. It's going to be one episode for you guys, but it's going to be an entire week's worth of content for me. I'm going to be working for about 3 or 4 days on this vehicle and I'm going to take you guys with me. So let's get the show started. On this car I'm going to do my entry-level ceramic coating, which leaves you with about 8 to 12 months worth of protection. So it's only going to be an exterior ceramic coating detail, and we're also going to do the headlights. The headlights is stone chipped and they need some serious work, so I'm going to see how good I can get them. Then we'll detail the paint and top it up with an entry-level ceramic coating. The paint needs the detail. Let me show you guys what it looks like. As you can see, the paint is swelled up, but the car is extremely dirty. I'm first going to start with the headlights, and then after the headlights I'll wash the car, we'll inspect the paint, and then I'm going to start detailing. I literally just finished up washing the car. As you can see, it's still wet. Normally by this stage I would have the car decontaminated. I would decontaminate it outside, but this car is so bad that I thought I would give you guys a bit of a lesson on how to do contamination, what contamination is and all of that. So contamination is basically above surface contamination. You'll see this paint is full of spots all over. You'll hear when I rub the paint, it sounds like sanding paper. So that means this paint is badly contaminated. I saw during the washing stage, on the doors, on the boot, everywhere. I'm gonna see if I can find more spots that's badly contaminated to show you guys. As you can see, there's some more contamination. There's some more contamination. It's basically all over the vehicle. So this one is extremely bad, and if you don't know how to, if you guys don't know how to look for contamination, the easiest way is to do a baggie test. You'll basically take a plastic bag, not like this one that I've got here, but this one should work as well. You'll put your hand in the bag, and you'll start rubbing the paint. And then you can feel it. I can actually feel it, you guys. won't know what I'm talking about. But once you do this to your own paint, you'll feel it. The bag makes your hand a lot more sensitive to an uneven surface, so then you guys can feel it. So the way we'll be taking this contamination off, it's a standard procedure for my higher end packages. The cheaper packages does not come with decontamination, but it's only the bottom 2 packages. From there on, all of them include contamination removal. So the way we'll be taking this off is by using a piece of clay. I'm going to show you guys how to use it and how much dirt I pull off the paint. As I told you guys, the car is washed, so it is clean. Essentially it is clean, but it's not. I'm going to show you guys how much dirt I'm able to pull off with this piece of clay. And we are going to use clay loop. I'm quickly going to prep mine. I mix my own clay loop. Before I get started with the decontamination or the claying process, I just want to make it clear to you guys, there's 3 stages of decontamination. First would be tar remover, second would be iron out or iron X, and then lastly you'd want to use the clay. Obviously I did the tar remover and the iron out when the car was outside, because you need to rinse it once you're done with the tar remover and the iron out. So that was done outside. Next up, I'm going to clay the vehicle inside. So this is your clay bar that you buy. You can buy this off the shelf from most detailing shops, and we've got clay loop. You can buy clay loop off the shelf as well. Like I said earlier, I mix my own, and then I've got a drying towel to wipe it off. So I'm going to clay this small section here on the bonnet, and then I'll show you guys how much dirt I picked up off the surface. And I bet you guys would be amazed once I show you guys how much dirt I can pull off this small surface to leave the perfect and clean paint. I must be honest, this is not what I expected, but I can show you guys where this came from. All of this red, it's red overspray, and that's where it came from. The client had his brakes painted, all 4 of the brakes. So this entire vehicle is going to be covered in red paint. I'm going to go ahead, clay the vehicle. I just quickly want to show you guys this difference. You can clearly hear the difference there in the surface. I mean, this is a lot of paint for this small section only. I'm quickly gonna go ahead, run around the entire vehicle, clay it, and I'll catch you guys once I'm done with that. So with all the red overspray of the paint now, I'm going to discard this piece of clay. I'm not gonna use it. Another client's car. I totally missed the bin there, but like I said, I'm going to discard that piece. I'm not going to use it on another client's car. I would rather just get a new piece for the next car that I work on. But the paint is clean. It feels absolutely great at the moment. Next up, I'm going to inspect the paint. I'll put a timestamp on the screen if you guys want to skip. If you're not interested in watching the before condition of the paint really, then you guys can skip to the timestamp on the screen that will be here now. There's some clusters of sanding marks on the bumper. It's in the middle of the screen now. It's very difficult to show you guys on camera, but I'm just gonna move along as I find it. There's another cluster there. You can see it on the left hand side of the light at the moment. And then the paint generally is in quite a bad condition. Someone acted this quite badly before. The entire car looks like this though. Also another cluster of sanding marks on the passenger side by the door handle. You can see it moving into the image there. And then obviously the door is badly knackered here, so definitely gonna have to do some touch-up work there. The car has a lot of stone chips down the sides, and here in the fenders it's got a lot of stone chips, so I'm definitely gonna have to do a lot of touch-up work on that. On the passenger rear quarter panel, the car has got a nick there. You can see someone clearly tried to sand it. I don't know what they tried, because to me it looks like the paint is off, but someone tried to sand it. You can clearly see how bad it is compared to the general paint condition, which is over there. And then once we get close to that mark, and right below it there's a deep scratch which someone tried to sand out as well. You can see it there. Like I say, compared to the general condition of the paint there, over to that where they tried to sand it, not really successful, but I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get that out. That doesn't look too bad to me. Then right above the wheel I found another spot that's gonna need some serious attention. Once again, someone tried to, looks like they tried to sand it. I'm not too sure why. If you sand a car without the intention of polishing afterwards, or maybe you surprised yourself by sanding with too coarse of a compound or grit, but it looks absolutely terrible. You can see it under normal lighting as well. And then, like I told you guys, I think the front and the rear bumpers has been sprayed, and basically this, it's got a load of sanding marks right on the edge there, all around the bumper. It's got some sanding marks. Even if you go up there, there's the general condition of the paint, and then as we move on to the sanding marks, so all around the edge of the bumpers, deep sanding marks. And to be honest, this seems extremely deep, so definitely gonna have to take my time to get that out and get the perfect finish on that. And then the taillights, obviously looking worst for wear. Definitely an easy fix that. Taillights is one of my favorite jobs to do. And this carbon rear wing, I'm not sure who put this on here, but definitely didn't do a great job. Unfortunately, there's not much I'm going to be able to do to that, but yeah, definitely a terrible job to whoever did this. And then there's a nice little nick or missing spot of paint there, and as soon as I put the light on, I saw why. Whoever sanded this bumper probably sanded right through the paint there. As you can see, even the edge of the taillight had been sanded, if you compare that condition to that. So they probably never even took this bumper off when they worked on it. Just sanded it and painted and whatever straight on the car. And as you can see there, that's the result. So this is on the rear bumper, on the driver's side, on the lower portion. They didn't even bother to take out their sanding marks, they left them there. You can see the bumper is in a bad condition, but yeah, at the bottom they didn't even made an effort to remove their sanding marks. Probably missed that entire corner right there. No problem, we'll get it sorted. And then right below the fuel flap there's an extremely deep scratch. That one most definitely not coming out, but we'll see if I flat the paint around it a bit, if we can make it less noticeable. I don't know how someone scratched that, but like I said, that one is most definitely not coming out, unfortunately. Onto the driver's side door now, you can see there's a couple of nicks on that line there. Probably someone opened up the door against the car, or the Audi's door being opened up against another car door. And then there was also that I noticed. I don't think you can see it too clearly in the light. If I shine the light from the side, you can see that mark in the middle of the screen. Also a deep scratch, not gonna come out, I believe. Then on the front fender, right above the wheel, there's a couple of deep scratches. Not sure how those would have gotten there, but you can see there's one, there's one, there's one. There's a couple smaller ones in between as well. This color is really difficult to capture. There you can see a long one at the top. Not sure if they're gonna come out, but obviously gonna try my best to hide them as good as possible. And then once again the front bumper has been sprayed, but doesn't seem like it was removed. Just sanded on the car, sprayed on the car. Terrible job. Terrible, to be honest, but let's see what we can do. Moving on to the bonnet, you can clearly see the paint is sagged with the addition of a couple of stone chips. Some very deep damage. One more there, but like I said, we got touch-up paint. There's another one there. Got touch-up paint, so we'll be able to touch that up and make it way less visible. But the paint looks terrible. It's actually very hard to tell that this is a pearl white color. Absolutely stunning at the moment. It's the last day for me with the car. I've got a couple things left to do. First up, I'm going to do an IPA wipe, so that'll clean the surface free of all the polishing oils and stuff. After the IPA wipe, I'm going to do a GYEON can coat on it, our entry-level ceramic coating detail. Then that's going to be it for this car. Then I've got a couple of small details like to dress the tires and the wheel arches and clean up this humongous grill up front. And after that the car will be ready. I'm going to put you guys over on a time lapse now just to speed up the process. If you guys want to see how to do the GYEON can coat slash spray wax, whatever, I'll have it linked up in this corner, I believe. Then you guys can check that video out if you want to see that. So I'm going to put you guys over on a time lapse, speed up the process and get this car sorted. I just finished up with the car and it looks absolutely amazing, as always, to be honest. The touch-ups went phenomenal, they came out great. I'm not sure if you guys can pick up the flake on the camera, but this is a pearl white and it looks absolutely fantastic now. So next up for me is going to be putting the car outside, and then I'll show you guys what it really looks like out in the sunlight. I know a lot of guys just like to post pictures, of course, like fake pictures, of course, in the shadows and stuff, and I like to post pictures of the cars in direct sunlight. so you can see exactly what the client sees when he comes to pick up his car. Obviously the camera will never give you a true reflection of how it really looks, but out in the direct sunlight is the best way I can possibly put it for you guys. So I'm going to pull this car out now, then I'll catch you guys outside for the after footage. As you can see behind me, the car looks absolutely great in the sun. I'm going to do a cinematic for you guys and show you guys a couple of shots. And then that's gonna be it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and reflect your passion.